friends, and welcome to another video with Speaker for the Dead, Life of Brian. So, I see a lot of people making videos about Snow White. Now, they've been making a lot of videos about Snow White for a long time.
Oh, come on. You gonna leave me all alone here with less angry Rosie O'Donnell?
Now, I'm not talking about the classic Snow White, the one that, Disney created. It was a brilliant breakthrough in animation for its time. The thing that launched Disney, really, after Steamboat Willie. So I just have to ask, who cares?
Are you sure?
Does this look unsure to you?
No.
Good. Now go spread the word.
Who cares about this? I saw the trailer for the new live-action Lilo and Stitch. Again, who cares? Who cares about this stuff? Now, I know everybody wants to talk about Snow White because everybody thinks it's going to inevitably flop. Now, I think it's going to flop because I wouldn't go see it if you gave me free tickets for my whole family. So it wouldn't matter. I have no interest in seeing it. I don't care. Same thing with Lilo and Stitch. I think the animated version was probably going to be a superior product. It looks... You see, there's a few things that I would have loved to have seen brought to the big screen. That Disney could have done with live-action remakes that could have been great. They really could have been great. They're things that bringing them to live-action could have only made them better. And they screwed those up too. So the first time I really started to notice that Disney was trying to do this was with Maleficent.
Forget it, I quit. I can't do this anymore, man. My head's about to explode. My whole life sucks. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know where I'm going. My dad just died. We just killed Bambi. I'm out here getting my ass kicked, and every time I drive down the road, I want to jerk the wheel into a goddamn bridge embankment.
Now, I don't know if anybody, if you followed my channel for a long period of time, you know that Sleeping Beauty is my all-time favorite Disney animated feature. I like a lot of the others, Atlantis. I loved the renaissance of the Disney era, starting with Little Mermaid, and then they made a whole bunch of really great films, right up into... I'm not even sure exactly when it went off the rails, because they still had some great ones, in the early 2000s, late 90s, and even into the teens, they were still making things. I think Meet the Robinsons was a great Disney film. You had all the Pixar films until they Me Too John Lasseter out of the company, and that was pretty much the death of Pixar. John Lasseter was what made Pixar. Darn. Without John Lasseter, there wasn't Pixar anymore. He was the driving, creating force, the thing that kept that studio making, basically printing money. It used to be that if Pixar made a film, it was going to be good. And the story was going to be good. The animation was going to be good. It was going to be a fun, great film. And that is not the case. Ever since Lasseter left or was forced out, you just flush. Lasseter was the reason that Hayao Miyazaki, his company, just lost the name of it, joined forces with Disney. It was because John Lasseter was a huge fan of Hayao Miyazaki, Studio Ghibli. There it is. You see, in my brain is a lot like a slot machine. I never know whether I'm going to get 2 lemons and an orange or a couple of bananas and a pineapple. I never know what's going to come out. So I just pull that memory block and hope that the right answer comes out at the right time. And it very often doesn't.
Pow. Wham. Kazap.
try.
So, but I mean, and Studio Ghibli partnered with Disney for a long time. You could find they were the ones that were distributing Studio Ghibli films, and now HBO, I think, has Studio Ghibli, which tells you just how far down the rung Disney has gone. Is where Studio Ghibli was like, no, we're good, we'll get somebody else. So I just think it's sad what's happened. But Maleficent, Sleeping Beauty, when I saw the posters for Maleficent, and I saw that they had cast Angelina Jolie as Maleficent, I thought, this is going to be great. I was so excited when I saw that. I thought they were really going to do something great. They really were going to do something fantastic. And I remember we piled into my pickup. We threw a mattress in the back, and we took my family, my kids, and everybody. We piled in the back, and we had blankets and pillows, and we had the stereo up on top of the pickup cab, and we were gonna watch. It was like How to Train Your Dragon 2, I think, or whatever. And then it was one of the Train Your Dragon films and Maleficent 2 and something that was like a triple feature. And we were gonna be there all night. And I remember we watched How to Train Your Dragon, and it was great. And then Maleficent came on, and I knew within the first 5 minutes of the film that this was going to be the most unmitigated bastardization and destruction and evil mistreatment of a classic Disney film that had ever been thought of. Seriously, that's when I knew that everything that they were going to do with the live action was going to be shit. Pardon my French. It was going to be shit.
I super hate you.
That movie pissed me off. So I remember I left that night, and after How to Train Your Dragon, I was like, it's great. And after Maleficent, I was so mad I didn't even pay attention to the third movie. In fact, I think everybody was starting to fall asleep, and we just left. I was so mad because they had bastardized my favorite all-time Disney film, and one of the best villains of all time. That moment when she turns into the dragon and, now shall you deal with me, O prince, and all the powers of hell. Boom, and she explodes into that giant black dragon. I mean, that moment in cinema has given me chills forever. And I remember seeing that when I was a kid, and it just... That classic symbolism of good and evil, and you got the three good fairies, and Maleficent was just nothing like that.
It makes me just want to pick up whoever is standing closest to me
and just throw them through this window and out into the infinite abyss of nothingness.
I want to do it so bad.
I know you do, sir.
It was so bad. I loathe that film in a way that I don't loathe anything. And I've never ever seen it since. I've never watched 1 second of that movie since. If it's even, like, if I even see posters for it, I'm mad. Or if I just print paraphernalia or, like, just anything, I just get mad. Seriously, that, if you want to piss me off, that is really one way to do it, is just be like, so what do you think of Maleficent? And see, and so ever since then, I have looked at the live action remakes with disdain and disgust, no matter what they try and do, because that the whole idea with them is to bastardize what came before. I remember I tried to watch Beauty and the Beast, because that was another one of those films that came out during that renaissance of Disney, in the late 80s, 90s, that was just so good. The voice acting, the cast that they had for that, Angela Lansbury, Cogsworth, the guy that plays Cogsworth, he was in MASH. You had the guy from gosh, it's amazing. Lemons and Oranges. I'm just getting the wrong thing. Anyway, so you had this fantastic voice cast, and then I made it about 3/4 of the way through through Beauty and the Beast, and I was like, I'm out. This is retarded. This is stupid. I don't care. Not interested. This is dumb. And ever since then, I haven't watched a single one. I tried it with that one because I thought, well, maybe this was a big film for them. Won a bunch of Academy Awards and stuff. If I remember, I was nominated for a bunch of stuff, and so I just thought this is they will not screw this one up. Then they did. So I have just completely given up. And so, I mean, as each new one has come out, I have just gotten less and less interested. I could care less about this stuff. And this big stink over Snow White just makes me laugh because I'm like, it was never going to be good. It was never good. Guys, why is this a surprise? Why is everybody so obsessed with talking about this film? This film was going to be shit from day one. I mean, and we knew that. We've known that about the live action remakes. They are not trying to remake these films and make them greater and bigger and better than they ever were before. No, that is not. They are just screwing the dead corpses of these films. They're a bunch of necrophiliacs. They're just bastardizing the corpses at this point. They're just bastardizing the Disney corpse. They think that they can make money by doing this, and they still haven't learned that people have finally figured out none of this is going to be good. None of it. Because they cannot try and make these stories better. They just want to make them different. And when you set out to just make something different, that's all you do. You just make them different. You do not make them better. And half the time, all you do is bastardize them and make them worse. If you go into this with the mindset of, I'm going to make this my own vision, and I don't like the way Disney did it, I felt like this person should have been a black person, and I hate this place. Just don't. Just stop. And so, I mean, I think it's kind of funny to watch people make videos about this now, but I mean, really, guys, at this point, do we need more videos about the live action remakes of Disney? They're not going to be good. They are never, ever going to be good. So just say that. Just say, don't watch the live action remakes. They're bastardizations. They're just corpse-screwers. That's all these people are. They're just screwing the rotting corpse of a dead corporation, a creatively bankrupt institution. Don't worry about it. Don't focus on it. Don't be interested. I'm glad people talked about it because they made people aware that might not be aware of the new Snow White that was going to be horrible and kept people from spending their money on it. But at the same time, it's a horse that's been beat for months now. It's seriously, it's over, guys. It's done. Let it go. Let it go. It's going to fail. It's going to go badly. The Lilo and Stitch is going to do the same thing. It almost kind of looked okay, but that's how they've all looked. That's how they all look in the trailers. They try and pretend they're going to do this the same way, but they don't. They don't do it the same way, and you know they're going to deviate. You know you're going to be going through this movie, halfway through, 5 minutes in, 10 minutes in, 15, whenever it is that they choose to take the car and drive it off a cliff, Thelma and Louise style.
I believe you too. You see the quotations I'm making with my claw hands? It means I don't believe you.
You know they're going to do it. You know it's coming. So just spare yourself the aggravation, the frustration. Do not torture your kids by putting this in their brain and making them have to get therapy later in life to get it out. And just let all these live actions go to video where they can die in obscurity where they deserve to. And let's just let this go. I mean, if you guys want to talk about it, hey, that's all on you. But as for me and my channel, I'm kind of done talking about the live action remakes, because they're never like they're done. They're dead. It's over. So anyway, let me know what you guys think. Are you tired of hearing about the live action remakes and the bastardizations? I mean, do you want to discuss that more, or is this something you're just like, okay, let it go? Because that's where I'm at. I'm just at the let it go. I don't even make it more than about 5 minutes in, 10 minutes into these videos that everybody's making about Snow White anymore, because it's a story that's been told for a long time. We've known this is going to happen. Like I said, all the way back with Maleficent, which was their first real big remake. When they first really started trying to do this full steam ahead. And it was just a Travis mockery of a horror show, of a remake. And nothing was the same. They bastardized everything in that movie. Everything. And tried to pretend like this is the real story. Blah. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Let me know what you think. Are you done? I'm done. Stick a fork in me. I'm done. Anyway, thanks for watching the video, and we'll talk to you next time, guys. Bye now.
I'm not afraid.
You will be. You will be.